sorry for the delay. My name is Snorre Briem, and I work as a developer at Lund University, the university library. I'm going to talk about Navet a little bit. But first I want to ask you all, is any one of you already using Navet in their systems? Okay, and what about, are you planning to use Navet in your systems? Okay, okay, great, thanks. So first I will just a quick recap of what Navet is. Yes, yeah, Navet is an information system that allows public institutions to fetch data electronically from the population registry in Sweden, and this is managed by the Swedish tax agency, better known as Skatteverket, and they have a lot of different services, but the one that is most interesting for us is the e-person data web service, and it allows us to fetch information in real time. It's information like the person number that identifies all persons in Sweden, the social security number, and also the names and addresses, official addresses, and citizenship, etc. So why do we need it in our Koha? The first place is the external patron registration wizard. When we are registering external patrons, then we need to verify the personnummer and also verify the name. For the internal persons, the persons that are employed by the university or our students, then we don't need to do this because we get it from the internal university system, the catalogs and other systems. Now the second place is a function in Koha, in our Koha system, that allows us to manually look up address for any patron in the UI. So we don't store any addresses at all in the database. And the third place is when we are invoicing along overdue books. That's a manual. That's a automatic process. So it's these three cases that we need it. So how does this Navet service work? It's basically a client server web service, a SOAP. It uses SOAP as a message protocol for. It's XML based and over a secure connection. And the data output format, it can be either XML or what they call term code or term data format. That's basically just a flat format that is a flat list of key value pairs. But usually you would want the XML format. So what are the requirements to use this service? You have to register with Skatteverket, and you do that by submitting a form on their website. And then once you're registered, you get an order ID. And this is used by Skatteverket to track the users. And I mean, not every institution has the same rights to, and not everybody gets all the information. So, and you also need a certificate. You need to get that from a different, from a company called XPSoft. And I think it's valid for 2 years, and then you have to renew it. And then the third requirement is that you have to have some kind of client to manage the communication with Skatteverket. And if you just want to test, then it's possible just to get a test identity and a test certificate. You don't need to register for that, and that's useful if you're developing your own client. Yeah. So we in Lund, we have developed our own module for managing this client code. It's a separate Perl module. It's not a part of Koha, so it could be used for any application that needs to get information from Navet, and it handles all the details of the communication with Skatteverket. And it's open source, so anybody is free to use it. It has documentation and with examples, and you can either clone it if you want to look at the code or modify it, or you can just install it directly and then use it. And for further information, if you want to get that, then there is a link here to the page the Skatteverket has. It's a very long one, so I don't recommend to write it down, but they don't seem to be very fond of short URLs there. So you can just go there to Skatteverket and search for Navet. We also actually have the link in the documentation for the module. That's you can go directly there in our GitLab page for the module. So that's what I want to say. Thank you for listening. I guess there's not time for questions. Or
maybe a quick question if anyone has one.
It depends a little bit for public institution under the state. It's free since 2017. I think it's free for us as a library. Sorry. Yeah, I think it. Oh, you pay? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There is information on the website of Skatteverket.